bench warrant for your arrest.
You practice in front of bench. That's my job or my attorney job. I'm sui juris. I'm appropriate person.
Okay, Mr. White, I don't know where you read the stuff that you're saying, but it's legal nonsense.
I'm a beneficiary and I'm a sovereign. I'm here under fraud, menace, and
sir.
I'll travel. I travel. I don't drive.
I'm going to put out a bench.
All right, everyone. We've got a showdown between a no-nonsense judge and a classic sovereign citizen, and things get heated. This sovereign citizen makes a major mistake right out of the gate and just won't stop talking, no matter how many times the judge tries to rein him in. It's a wild ride, but stick around until the end because the judge completely shuts him down, and it's honestly pretty satisfying to watch. As you're watching, let me know what you think about how the judge handled the situation. Personally, I think he did an excellent job keeping control of the courtroom. Let's dive in and watch this sovereign citizen get absolutely dismantled.
The telephone ending in 1336. Tell us your name, please.
I come in sui juris.
Only one of you actually has that phone number, and the other people are just wrong about what their phone number is. Who's calling ending in 1336?
Sui juris and personal persona. I'm Stephen Tyrell White, beneficiary and sovereign. I'm here under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary Daniel Williams Norbeck.
Okay, Mr. White, we're going to pop you over in the waiting room because you're just going to be a distraction for all the citizens here willing to abide by the laws of our country. So we'll pop you over in the waiting room and we'll get back to you. In case you guys have ever heard of the term sovereign citizen in the news, that's what one of them sounds like when they try to come to court.
I love the way this judge is handling things so far. You can just tell he's not here to play games. Total no-nonsense energy. Now let's see how he deals with the sovereign citizen when he calls him back in. The judge actually went through the entire docket and made this guy wait, which was definitely intentional. Let's find out if that timeout humbled him, or if he's about to double down.
You able to hear me?
Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to read this to you so you understand what you're charged with. This says that on January 7th of this year, on 2nd Street there in the city of Fenville, that you were driving while license suspended. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs. Do you understand your charge?
Objection, Your Honor. I do not. I do not understand my charges or
okay. I'm going to mark you down as not guilty, and we'll set you for a jury trial. You can continue to.
Your Honor. Your Honor. You practice in front of bench. You practice in front of bench. That's my job or my attorney job. I'm sui juris. I'm appropriate person.
Okay, Mr. White. I don't know where you read the stuff that you're saying, but it's legal nonsense. It means nothing in a court of law. So if you're not willing to state that you even understand or recognize the authority of the court, my options are I can make you come in for arraignment and not give you a PR bond, and then you'll have to post bond to not sit in jail. You want to do it that way instead? Right now, if I get through arraignment with you, I'll give you a PR bond. Mr. White?
I don't listen. I'm asking you a question.
What's the question, sir?
I'm not arguing with you, Your Honor. I just want you to hear me. I just want you to hear me.
Okay, but I don't want to listen for 20 minutes. Go ahead and ask your one question, and we'll start there and see if it's a real question.
Am I on the record?
Yes.
It's not going to take 20 minutes, Your Honor. I give you my word.
Well, you said you have a question, sir. What's the question you want to ask?
Is this criminal or is it civil?
This is criminal, sir. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs.
Hey, if it's criminal.
Clip 3. That was 2 questions, buddy. Pick a struggle. And no, you absolutely cannot get this case dismissed. Do you even know how trials work? Newsflash. You're not in one yet. This is literally just a hearing, and my guy is already tossing around legal jargon like he's some kind of courtroom prodigy. Spoiler alert, he's not. You can tell just by the way he's talking, he has no clue what's actually going on. Sir, you are in the legal equivalent of the tutorial level, and you're already failing hard. What do you guys think? Should the judge just kick him out and save everyone the headache, or let him keep going for another 20 minutes so we can see how deep this rabbit hole really goes? Because honestly, at this point, it's starting to feel like prophecy.
Because at this point, the prosecutor, there's no sworn testimony. There's no sworn.
It's because this is just arraignment, sir. What you're talking about is trial. That would be several steps down the road. Arraignment is just for you to make sure that you understand what you're accused of, what the penalty is, and for you to enter a plea. You're accused of driving while license suspended. I read to you what the possible penalties are, and I asked you if you wish to plead guilty or not guilty at this time.
No, Your Honor, I'm a beneficiary and I'm a sovereign. I'm here under fraud, menace,
sir. Those sentences don't mean anything. They have no legal meaning whatsoever.
It's guaranteed by
so
my constitutional
I've indicated that since you can't understand arraignment, I've entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I've set you for a jury trial. You can represent yourself free of charge, or you could hire an attorney. And now you must make a choice, sir, for bond. If we get through the arraignment with you on Zoom, I'm going to give you a PR bond. Personal recognizance bond. That means you don't have to post any money. We're essentially trusting you that you'll keep coming back for your court dates. It is no driving without a valid driver's license. If you cannot get that far, in other words, if you really don't understand what's happening here, then I'm not going to allow you to be arraigned by Zoom. I'm going to set you for arraignment in person. And you will come to this courthouse. You will not get a PR bond. You will get a $300 cash or surety bond, meaning that you will need to post $300 in cash, or you will sit in jail from that day until your trial date. So I'll give you a choice. Do you want to be arraigned over Zoom like we're doing today, or would you like to come in and be arraigned in person?
Well, I object to all of this, Your Honor, because at this point, I don't even understand the charges. I do not understand the charges. I'm not trying to.
That's fine. No, sir, you're allowed to, sir. You're allowed to object, and I understand your sentence that you don't understand the charges. And so I will attempt to work with you for that for a second. I'm going to read the charges to you, okay? This says that it takes place on January 7th of this year. You understand that, right? The date that I just read.
I'm saying I do not. At this point, Your Honor, it's I was saying this. It was a jurisdiction matter. It's a jurisdiction matter. That's what I'm saying. It's a subject matter jurisdiction.
Here's the problem with you arguing jurisdiction. I am a lawyer, so I understand what jurisdiction means. I'm not sure you do.
This judge is out here playing chess while this two-brain-celled genius is still trying to figure out how checkers works. And honestly, I'm here for it. You can tell. This judge knows exactly what he's doing. He's not falling for any of the usual sovereign citizen nonsense. In my opinion, a lot of judges kind of fumble with these guys. They either get too frustrated or let them ramble on for way too long. But this judge, he's handling it like a pro, firm, direct, and completely in control, without ever losing his cool. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Judge Oakley, but he's the type to just start yelling at the defendant, which, hey, can be entertaining. But I really respect this judge's calm, collected approach. It shows real confidence. Now, I know some of you might think he's being a little too harsh, so let me know in the comments. Do you think he's handling it perfectly, or should he ease up a bit? Personally, I think he's nailing it.
The accusation is that you're driving around on 2nd Street in the city of Fenville, meaning in Allegan County, and that you're doing so when your driving privileges with Secretary of State have been suspended or revoked. Because this is the county. Yes?
Objection. I travel. I don't drive.
Okay.
I have no contact.
Sir, here's what we're doing, Mr. White. You are no longer able to be arraigned by Zoom. What I'm going to do is adjourn this. I'm going to adjourn this, and you will get notice at your address there. You will come in, and we will arraign you in person. I'm telling you that
Objection,
I'm not
Your
going to give you a, I'm not going to
Honor.
give you a personal recognizance bond.
Subject matter
Sir?
jurisdiction, it has to be, before we can
Mr.
proceed,
White.
before you can proceed, it has to be
Mr.
addressed,
White.
Your Honor.
Because we are on the record, I'm going to make this infinitely clear. You're going to get notice to appear in front of me. You have two choices. If you do not appear, I'm going to put out a bench warrant for your arrest. If you do appear, we will have this conversation again about arraigning you to see if you understand the charges, but you are not getting a PR bond. You will need to bring with you $300 cash or surety, or you will be in jail. Do you understand? Those two options, A and B.
That's a violation of my constitutional rights, Your Honor.
Well, no, it isn't, sir. So we're all set for today. We're done talking. We cannot make any progress. You will be asked to come in person for arraignment. You can either choose to come in for arraignment or you can choose to not be here. If you choose to not be here, a warrant will be entered for your arrest. And if you do choose to be here, make sure you bring that $300 because you're not getting a personal recognizance bond. But we are done with this hearing. I'm going to go ahead and release you. Thank you.
When's my date?
Court date, man. These sovereign citizens never listen. The judge literally just said he was going to mail the court date, and this guy still acts confused. I guarantee he was too busy trying to memorize his little script instead of actually paying attention. Newsflash. This isn't a school presentation. Sticking to some rehearsed nonsense doesn't help when the judge is telling you exactly what's happening. If he had just listened, he probably could have pled guilty, paid a fine, maybe taken a few classes, and been done with it. But instead, he chose to be difficult, and now he might end up spending a few nights in jail. Not exactly a master plan. Honestly, I don't get these people. The court is handing them the easiest way out, and they still manage to make things worse. What's the goal here? To prove some imaginary legal loophole? That's never worked. It never will. The law is pretty straightforward. Show up, listen, and handle your business like a rational adult. But sovereign citizens? They'd rather argue nonsense and pretend they've cracked some secret code. The only thing they're cracking is their own chances at a decent outcome. Hey, at least it makes for great content, right? So I'm not complaining too much. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Personally, I think the judge handled it perfectly. He was firm, but professional. I know some of you feel like these judges are too harsh, but honestly, I just don't see it. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.